how I actually run my business. You're not going to get everything right first time. That's one thing I got very wrong. This is a small business owner's dream. And that's something that I hadn't even thought about, which does feel like a lot of pressure. Probably one of my worst sellers. The best thing I could have done for the business. Nearly every postcode in the UK has ordered from Sunnyside. Each of these designs to produce costs me between Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This chair that I'm sitting on is a little bit squeaky, so I promise it's not farts, it is the chair. Today is Tuesday, Tenner Tuesday for me right now. I'm at the Sunnyside office, as you can see, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, not a lot going on in my life this week. So in a little bit of a panic last night, I messaged Alice and I was like, Al, are you vlogging this week? If so, what you filming, because I need some inspo. And actually Alice gave me a really good idea, so thank you very much to Alice. I know she'll be watching this. Thank you, Al. I'll leave her channel linked in the description down below. Honestly, her vlogs are way better than mine. But basically Alice's idea was, we both have this thing in our head, right, where we think our own content is boring and whatever we've got to say people know, or it'd be boring to tell it again. But actually, realistically, for a lot of you guys watching this, some of the things I say will be the first time you've heard it. For example, me at the office, I know I'm here a lot, but someone out there watching this might not even know that I run a business on the side. So I'm trying to get out of that mindset and convince myself that actually I do have valuable things to say. And if I am repeating myself, it's things that I haven't said for a very long time because in my head they've been boring. But that's not the mindset we're in this week. Today I'm at the office and I thought this was Alice's idea, so she gets all the credit. But I'm going to share with you how I actually run my business, all on my Todd, by myself. My mum does help me pack the orders sometimes, bless her. And I don't think I've ever really shared the full process, start to finish, of creating a product to selling a product. So I thought I would do a little, I'm going to show you around the office as I mention this, give you some of my sneaky tips. And if anyone out there is starting a business or you run a business, maybe you'll find this interesting. Or to be honest, I think I would find this interesting if it was someone else talking about it anyway. It's just when it's me, I doubt myself. But let's begin the little how to run a business. A book by me. That's definitely not a book you should read. I'm no expert, but I am good at waffling, clearly. I actually decided to start Sunnyside because I was in a little bit of a brain funk. First of all, I needed something different in my life. I started the business during COVID, but it was kind of towards the end of COVID, so I think I'd had the whole of COVID to kind of get in my own head. I was feeling a little bit, well, very unmotivated. I have felt completely at a lost end. I've got a potential idea. It's a potential new business venture. I'm learning as I go. I'm very new to this. I've contacted a few suppliers this week and I received my first sample today. This is my storage system right now. Got my little packaging table. Happy launch day. I don't know how many orders I'm gonna have, if I'm gonna have any. The time is 5:58 and I am gonna press launch on the website in 2 minutes. I'm really nervous now. Oh, here we go. I've done it. The store is live. One sale. I've got my first sale. Woo! But I bought Sunny home in March of 2020. There she is in all her glory. Bless her, she is my world. I was obsessed with buying dog accessories for Sunny to the point where I thought this is damaging my bank account. And I had some designs in mind that I just couldn't find that were out there on the market. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to give this a go. Fast forward 2 years later, and we're still going. So that's kind of where the idea for Sunnyside Co blossomed. Let me take you downstairs to show you the actual products, because I could sit here all day talking about them, but if you ain't got a dog, you might not even know what a dog accessory is. You might be thinking, what? The vibe of Sunnyside is cute but classy, subtle but adorable. So my best selling product is the dog harness. Here are most of the designs. The first Christmas design is missing. These are all size extra small, and this is just as you come in the door, just in case anyone pops in and they want to see what designs I've got. It's happened a few times, but I also just find this really motivating to look at this wall. How many designs is that? 6, 12, god, my maths is not good, 17, 22, 28, plus the extra Christmas one, so 29 designs. I don't think there are any missing from here, but don't hold me to that. And that's quite a lot to pump out in a 2-year time span. I don't usually talk a lot about like the financial side of Sunnyside because I don't know, again, it's that thing in my head, I think it's gonna be boring. But realistically, each of these designs to produce costs me between £1,200 and £1,500. So A lot of time and effort has gone into this business. Those are my 29 designs so far. I have 2 more in production as we speak, 2 Christmas designs, and I'm so excited. And this is my stock room. You may have seen this a million times before, but just in case you haven't, this is where I keep all the stock. Obviously the business didn't start in this office. I moved in here of April 2022. Sunnyside HQ. A little bit earlier than we were expecting. This is literally the first time I've been in here on my own. A lovely big space. And this is the office space. And if I'm perfectly honest, I was not mentally ready to move my business into an office. It felt like a really big step going from just running the business in my mum and dad's outside summer house in the garden to then paying rent for an office every single month. It felt like a really big commitment, but I was running out of space for the stock. So physically I kind of needed it, mentally I wasn't ready, but it's turned out to be the best thing I could have done for the business because I don't know, it just creates that divide between personal life and work life. I come to the office, I get a lot done, I'm really productive when I'm here, and obviously I've got so much space for my products and for new products. It's a really motivating space to be in. But anyway, I digress. You've seen the designs, you've seen the harnesses, but I also sell, obviously, dog collars. This is probably what comes to mind when most people think of dog accessories. I sell leads. I just want to say all the products are plastic wrapped right now, which is something that I wish wasn't a thing, but realistically they're manufactured abroad, and the only way to get the products from the manufacturers to my office safely in one piece with no stains, no damages, is to individually wrap them. Obviously I recycle every single bit of plastic packaging. I have a specific plastics bin upstairs which we'll see in a little while, but I whack it all in there and then I actually take it to my local co-op to recycle because they have like a soft plastics recycling station. So yeah, just wanted to address that first. So matching leads, matching poo bag holders too. These just clip onto the leads, obviously. Little bows, they are so cute. I put them on the back of Sunny's harnesses, but lots of people, like with male dogs, put them on their collars as a little bow tie. Adorable. Those were the 5 products that I started with, and I then ventured out into selling pet blankets, which I have in these little tubs over here. The quantity of these is significantly smaller because it's from a different supplier. Oh, forgot to mention also the rope leads. Yeah, this is a business learning curve because I ended up with, I kid you not, thousands of rope leads in each colour. And I know that with a business you're not going to get everything right first time. That's one thing I got very wrong. I accidentally ordered way too many of them in not enough colours. It would have been alright if that quantity was in lots of different colours, but I have so many and I still have so many. They are probably one of my worst sellers, I'm going to be honest. So I just have a lot of rope leads down here, which is a shame because they're really nice quality, but worst comes to worst, dogs trust love them. I also have a few miscellaneous products like these rechargeable hand warmers. These are perfect for dog walking. Also these poo buddies. So once your dog's done a poo, you've picked it up, it's in the bag, tie a knot in the bag and put it through the little hole in the middle so that you don't have to carry the poo bag. This was a new product for this year. Dog cooling vests. I was so proud of these because I haven't actually seen anyone else in the dog industry selling their designs in a cooling vest. I was really involved with the process of creating these, designing these, getting them made, making sure they were perfect, and I'm so happy with how they've turned out. Most of them sold, but I have still got some excess down here, which I think I'm just going to stack up probably in a pile here because obviously it's now September, so I can't imagine the sales are going to be going through the roof of these anymore. But so many of them sold. I was so pleased with how they went down. I'm going to be honest, even as I'm saying this, I'm doubting whether it's interesting, but I'm going to carry on anyway. I'm going to push through. You may be wondering, but where does the design come from? That's a question that I get a lot actually. Like, how do you come up with your ideas for the designs? I'll show you this one for example. This is one of my newest designs actually. This is called Dainty Dinos. I think this is my favourite one at the minute. I go through phases of each one being a favourite, and my favourite's usually from the last collection because I like to try and push myself and make sure that my new designs are always better than my previous, in my opinion anyway. Some people say that the dog business market is quite saturated now, but to be honest, I'm kind of oblivious to it. I think ignorance is bliss in situations like that. I think if you stay in your own lane, walk your own grass, and only try to better yourself, kind of ignore what everyone else is doing, that's the route that I like to go down. So yeah, I always think when I bring out a new collection that it's better than my last collection. That's always my aim, design wise anyway. Obviously I've made sure that the products are really nice quality, the actual material, the padding of the harnesses, all of that was a process back in the very beginning. I had a few samples made from a few different suppliers, and realistically basically the products have to be made abroad in order for them to be worth making and worth selling, because if they were made in the UK they would be 3 or 4 times the price to sell. And the team that I work with are so lovely. They're the same team that I've worked with from the very beginning, which I'm really lucky to say, because I know a lot of people have had to switch suppliers, they've had problems with them, they've fallen out with them, the quality's dropped. But with my suppliers I feel like they just keep getting better and better. I don't know, I feel like I have hit the jackpot a little bit, but I was very fussy in the beginning. So yeah, I ordered a few samples from a few different suppliers. Some of them, the materials were thinner, the printing didn't look right, so obviously I went with the best quality supplier that I could find. In my head, dealing with suppliers sounded really scary before I started, but actually it's just kind of like talking to them on WhatsApp or something. Like, it's just a normal conversation. I send over the files of the designs and I give them all the information I need, the quantities I need, the sizes I need. They help me produce it. They're always so helpful. They might come back to me with any questions. We have never once spoken on the phone, which fills my heart with joy because I dread phone calls. It's all like text based or email based, which I really love, and it feels a lot less daunting. I've massively gone off on a tangent, but the actual design is actually very simple. I have a note in my notes app in my phone of just a list of different themes: dinosaur, girly dinosaur, male planets, hearts, flowers, you name it. I'll kind of put it into categories for male and female, and then I kind of go off different colour schemes. I'll have a look online at some inspo. I have a look at a lot of like baby nursery wallpapers because obviously they're seamless patterns. I then put together a document for my graphic designer Alice, who recommended that I film this video. She's a graphic designer and a YouTuber, and I've only ever worked with Alice on graphic design things for Sunnyside. We are such a team, and I hope that I'll only ever work with Alice as well, because she's a dream to work with. So yeah, I put all my ideas into a visual PDF file for Alice, and I'll screenshot things, I'll find specific graphics that I like, I'll write little paragraphs about the colour. She will go through, find lots of graphics. Some graphics Alice finds for me, others I find myself, and I will send them over to her, like the actual PNG files, like this one for example, or like this one on the bear design. Those were the graphics that I found myself and I wanted Alice to use, so I buy them, I buy the licenses to use them, send them over to her, and she creates it. She makes what's in my brain a reality. There's then a little bit of back and forth chat between me and Alice to finalise the design, to make it perfect. Like for example, in this dinosaur design, actually in one of the first versions I said to Alice, I feel like it's just missing something but I don't know what it is, and Alice has the same creative eye as me, so she added these tiny little stones between the dinosaurs that match the little pebbles around this dinosaur. So Alice drew these, created them, dotted them around the background, and it just brings so much oomph to the design. So yeah, there's a lot of that goes on between Alice and I, playing around with different versions, playing around with different colours. This segment is so long, I need to keep it a bit shorter. So yeah, when the design is finished, obviously I pay Alice, her part's done. I then send the file of the little square design over to the manufacturer. I sort out the scale of the design with them. Like for example, I wanted these dinosaurs this specific size. Say this little guy for example, I wanted to make sure he was whatever that is. I don't think I used him in reality, but say if he's 2 centimetres, I would tell them that I want this character to be 2 centimetres, and they can scale it on their computer, because otherwise if this guy's like 7 centimetres, the design will be so spread out and you'd barely see any of them and they'd all be massive. Do you know what I mean? And that's something that I hadn't even thought about before I started doing this. So not only is every design thought about by me, but the size of each design on the products is also thought about. There's a lot that goes into it. Also the edge colour, I have to choose what colour I want for that, or whether I want a pattern around the edge. Like this one for example, the hearts, when I mocked it up on Photoshop, plain pink didn't look right around the edge and plain red didn't look right around the edge, so I went with the hearts around the edge, and I just feel like it's, I don't know, it feels right. So yeah, products are produced after that. Basically, once we've got the scale of it all finalised, the design is all done, they'll go into production for about 6 weeks. The manufacturers also have a team who box the products up, get them ready for postage, and then they're sent out to me. You can either choose to have them sent via boat or via plane. They tend to arrive in about 10 to 12 days after they've been sent out. Then they arrive here in the massive boxes, and it looks a little bit like this. The next stage is for my mum and I to take the boxes upstairs upstairs and start counting the products. Even though I know a rough idea of what I've ordered, I like to count them exactly so I know exactly the amount of stock that I've got. There's been one time when I've oversold a product, which was my very first Christmas blanket, and I had to email someone and be like, I'm so sorry, I've oversold it by 1. But I'm kind of glad that happened at the time because it's never happened again. I learned from that mistake. I then bring all the boxes from downstairs to up here, and this is where all the counting takes place. It's a lot, but it's one of those jobs that I find so satisfying, to just sit there and just count like nothing else in your brain. My brain goes at 1,000,000 miles an hour, but when I'm counting, you physically can't think about anything else. It takes up all your brain capacity, which I find really nice. It probably takes my mum and I about 2 to 3 days to count an entire collection, because there are hundreds of products every time I place an order. When you work with a manufacturer, often there'll be an MOQ, which stands for minimum order quantity. So they give you a quantity that you have to buy of each product in each design. So for example, for my adjustable leads in my designs, I have to buy 100 of those. That's the minimum I can order. So obviously when the boxes arrive, there's a lot of products in there, which does feel like a lot of pressure. Every time the boxes first arrive, I think, oh my god, I've got to sell all this now. But it goes in the end. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I actually don't like to sell out of products because I like them to be there on the website for people to buy whenever they get paid, whenever they've got some spare income. So even though it's scary, it's quite nice that I have to order large quantities of my products. I feel like I'm talking for England. I need to have a break. I need to have a drink. After the products are counted, I organise them into their tubs, into sizes. I feel like I've missed so much when I very first set up the business, like creating the website, doing all the branding, the stickers. Maybe we'll get onto that, but basically for the website I use Shopify, and I kind of taught myself everything as I went along. I've never made a website before, but with Shopify you don't really have to do it from scratch. You have your template, you choose the template you like, the layout of the website you like, and then you customise it. But luckily, because I've been doing YouTube for like 8 years when I started Sunnyside, I used Photoshop for my thumbnails, so I was familiar with Photoshop. Again, I would just Google something if I wasn't sure, kind of figure it out, and it was pretty self-explanatory. Just a very long job to create the website, take all the photos. I did research on how to take the best product photos, on how to write the best descriptions. But I'm not gonna lie, I am so proud of the Sunnyside website because every inch of that website has been made by me. Every photo's been taken by me, every description's been written by me, every title, every name of a product. It's like my little baby. So if you do want to check out the Sunnyside website, go and have a look. You don't have to buy anything, just go and see what my brain looks like on the inside. I think that's quite a good way to describe it actually. Where are we up to then? The social media. Oh, I feel like the social media side of it is the thing that I'm struggling with the most at the minute, and that's weird because social media has been my job for 10 years, but it's very different promoting yourself and being yourself online to promoting a business online and selling a product. So different, especially when you are a one-man band. Like, I find that the days just run away with me. Some days I'll be busy with YouTube, other days I'll be busy packing orders all day and I don't have a chance to film an Instagram reel or set up a new product photo in my little photo box down here. Wow, I feel like I'm quite smooth with these transitions today. I bought this photo box on Amazon. It was, I think it was either like 60 or 70 pounds, I'm not sure, but so worth it. If I switch it on at the back, ta-da! This creates the perfect little backdrop for taking my product photos of my new products. These are some of my newish blankets. These are the girl design blankets. So cute. So yeah, I'll bring my big camera up. I'll take all the product pictures of the harnesses, blankets, leads, collars, you name it. The product photo was taken in here. And then obviously, before the launch, all of those product photos, I import them onto my laptop. I edit every single one. I take the background out of every single one as well. You don't have to do that, but I'm a bit of a perfectionist and I like the website to look uniform, so that does take me longer than it has to, but I'm pleased with it. But yeah, if you've got a small business or you sell any product of any sort, I would highly recommend a photo box. I normally take all the product photos of an evening. I'll stay up here, I'll shut all the blinds, I just put the light on so it's consistent lighting, I'll put Kendall Ray on in the background, and I just work my way through all the pictures. That's the most long-winded bit, and if you watch my vlogs you know that's the bit I like the least. So yeah, product photos are done, they're on the website, they're ready for the launch. A launch normally goes live at like 6 PM. I try to do it around payday. The products are up for sale, they're being sold. What's the next step? Probably packing the orders, which is the fun bit. I showed this cupboard in my very first office tour, but I don't think I've shown it since then. So in this cupboard, this is a small business owner's dream. Look at this for some box storage. it is honestly the perfect size cupboard for it. So I have all my different size boxes in here, obviously before they're made up. Some smaller ones, these are the ones that I use the most. These are like the small parcel boxes, about that big. These ones actually arrived today. This is a large letterbox. So every different size is in a different place, and it just makes it so easy to see what I'm running out of. Like these ones are getting a little bit low, so I'll have to order them soon. And then round here I've just got some miscellaneous bits, like this is my toolbox. Isn't it the girliest looking toolbox you've ever seen? Down here I've got some more labels from Royal Mail. That's handy actually, I forgot they were in there. I was going to order some of those. My little personalised stamp for my boxes. And then most importantly, the Christmas decorations for the office. I can't even believe that next month I'm going to be putting that Christmas tree back up. Got to have it early in the office. Not at home. At home I'm kind of like a early December, maybe late November for the Christmas tree. At the office, end of October. Mostly for the product photos, I'm not going to lie. But it is nice to have it here. So yeah, that's where I keep all the boxes that the orders are sent out in. And they were another thing that was a bit of trial and error. I actually buy those boxes on eBay. I buy them from a seller called Meg4Tech. I'll link their page in the description down below. I would really recommend them. They send them out so quickly. They arrive within like 3 days. You can order so many different sizes. Most of them are in white or brown. Obviously I buy the white boxes, and you can buy a whole range of quantities from like 10 to like 1,000. I normally go for 250 at a time if I'm going to buy a new size of box, but they are way cheaper than buying them on Amazon or buying a custom box, which I would love to do one day, but right now I just can't justify the price of a custom box. And also people just throw it away. Instead, for this moment in time, I'm fine with just having my little logo stamped on the lid. And when the orders are packed up, obviously got to make sure the box is secure with my stickers. Again, I designed these myself. This was a lot of trial and error. When these boxes first arrived, this is the smallest size, I would literally measure with a piece of paper how big the sticker needs to be before I designed it on Photoshop, and that is literally how I worked out my sizes. Nothing special, nothing complicated. My dad runs a print company, so he prints all my stickers for me. Obviously I pay him to do so, but so handy. And he's also on the same estate as where the Sunnyside office is, so quite often I'll pop round there to pick up my stickers, or someone will bring them around here. It works like a dream. I also put a postcard in with each order. One, because I think it's a really cute personal touch. When someone's order arrives, I like to hope that it makes them smile. These are a few that I have on the go currently, but I designed these myself as well, which is another long-winded process, but I honestly just love, I was going to say I love graphic design, but I don't know graphic design to the level that like Alice knows graphic design. I just know my way around Canva and Photoshop very well, relatively well, and I enjoy putting something cute together. I was actually designing a new one this morning. Shall I show you? Yeah, I can show you. I wanted a new autumn card because I love the cards that are up there, but they are giving summer a little bit. I started this last night and I finished it this morning, and I love it. I can't wait for this to be printed and done. Home is where my dog is. How sweet is that? And then I've put like some autumnal graphics in the corner. I used Canva to make the majority of this, just because their Elements tool, there are so many styles, so many cute options. Look at their hedgehog, how cute. And I put this on here because if you watch my videos, you know I'm obsessed with crochet lately. I know this is knitting, but kind of the same vibe. We've got the pumpkins. I might make another autumnal one, but for now, I think this is lovely to go in with each order. But it's not just cute, it's also practical because I have the cleaning instructions on the back of each one for the accessory, so people know how to wash them if their dog gets a little bit mucky. So yeah, what else do I need to mention? Boxes are from eBay. I use tissue paper in each order as well, which I keep up here. I thought this was genius because obviously there's always a new layer on top of this shelf, so it never gets dusty. So smart, right? Mat bags. Mat bags are a whole nother dimension to delve into. I'll quickly show you. So obviously the products that I've shown you so far are products that already exist in the world, and I can customise, I can change the design, I can change the sizes and alter them if I want to. But I had an idea for this product that was completely new. It didn't exist yet, and it is the Sunnyside mat bags. I'm not going to talk about this for a long time because I feel like I've talked about it so many times on my channel, but it's basically a bag that unpops, unzips and unfolds into a mat for your dog to sit on if you're out and about, if you're in a restaurant or a cafe. And this was a product that literally did not exist in the world until it popped into my brain because I needed something for Sunny to sit on. And I actually bought a bath mat to keep in the back of my car to put on the floor if I went to a pub or something like that. I thought, girl doesn't want to sit on a bath mat. So that's where the mat bag came from. And the manufacturer that I work with to create the mat bags is not actually a dog company, it is a textiles company. They make blankets, bags, mat bags now, but I did have to get a contract written up so that they couldn't produce the same product for a competitor. My mum's ringing me, hang on. Hello? There are quite a few legal sides of running a business that I didn't know exist. To be honest, I know nothing about legalities. I didn't know that I had to have business insurance. I didn't know that I have to literally insure this building that I'm renting, insure my products, insure my customers using the products. Every little aspect has been a learning curve, but trust me, if I can do it, anyone can do it, because I'm not really a businessy kind of person. I'm much more creative. Even in school, academic subjects weren't my best. I was always better at the creative side of things. But you can honestly just teach yourself as you go along. Moving into this office, I think, gave me a real boost of motivation, and putting everything together, putting my packing table together where I pack the orders. I mean, it's looking a little bit messy right now, but this table is where every single Sunnyside order gets packed, and it's just such a happy office to be in. Oh, this is the plastic bin that I was talking about, by the way. In here is where my collection of little plastic bags go. Sunny sits over here, well, sleeps over here while I'm packing the orders, and it's just a really happy time. And then when the orders arrive with the customer, I try and encourage people to take pictures of their dogs in the products for the social media, because on the Instagram page, that's where most of my sales come from. Most of my customers have found me through Instagram, something ridiculous like 95% of them. So if any of you have got a dog and you've got a Sunnyside product, send me a picture of your dog wearing it, because I might just repost it. That is, in a nutshell, how Sunnyside works, from brain to box. From brain to box, that's quite clever, ain't it? Box as in packing box, maybe it's not that clever. From brain to customer, I'll think of a catchy title another time. Yeah, that's how I run things around here. I've been talking for like, I'm not even joking, nearly an hour, so good luck to me editing this footage. Oh, I want to show you this quickly before I go. I need to update this. I bought this on Etsy, these little maps with different sections, and when you get a sale from this postcode, you can colour it in. I haven't updated it since June of 2022, so definitely need to do that. But look at this, nearly every postcode in the UK has ordered from Sunnyside. Isn't that actually insane? And to be fair, I reckon if I checked, I could fill in the rest now, because this was a long time ago. This one of the US as well, I think I could probably fill in maybe a couple more of those boxes, and the world map as well. I don't know off the top of my head. I have to Google it every time there's a new country, so geography is not my strong point. But how cool is that? Looking at that UK postcode map. What? Like, who on earth in Dorchester is buying from me? Or Teesside, I think that's up north, or Swindon. Sunnyside products all over the, I was gonna say all over the globe, all over the UK, some places around the globe. Anyway, Sunny, do you want to go home? She's so sleepy. Hi, should we go home and see the builders? Still having the kitchen redone. But yeah, if you have any other questions about the running of Sunnyside, feel free to let me know. I've just finished editing this video and I realised that I never fully said goodbye. How rude of me. I do apologise. But my loves, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope that you enjoyed this one. I hope you found it helpful or just interesting, to be honest. Let me know if you did in the comments down below. Next week I will be back with a bog standard weekly vlog. I know a lot of you love them, so that will be next Sunday. Do subscribe to see my future videos. Stick around, join the fam. Let me know in the comments down below what is the best thing that happened to you this week, or do you run a small business? If you do, put your details in the comments down below. Where can we find you on Instagram? What's your website? Etc, etc. But anyway, my loves, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again next Sunday with another little video. Bye guys, love ya.